Okay, so last week I had you guys take some pictures outside against a plain wall of somebody in action. I don't have a perfect match for what you guys made, but I took a picture of my son pretending to be running against this plain wall. We're going to send it into Photoshop and we're going to make it have a motion blur where you get to curve and bend the motion blur any way you want, and you're going to add color to it. And then the final step will be making the color more sophisticated, and we'll use Lightroom for that. You could make the color more sophisticated in Photoshop as well. You guys have some creative options there. So I'm going to break this screencast into 3 parts. So the first part is going to be how to move your picture and how to clean it up and make it look good in Photoshop. Okay? So as you guys know, we always start with Command E. If you need to crop or do anything, like, we don't want any of this stuff down here at the bottom, so I'm going to kind of try to crop out as much extra stuff as we would want so that the computer is not even looking at that stuff. Now, because I didn't have a large plain wall, I'm going to have to cut my kid out and put him on a brand new background, okay? So here's how we do that. I go here, and we haven't used these tools for a while, so don't get too frustrated, okay? I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 down to the selection tools. I'm going to click and hold. I'm going to go Object Select. And I'm going to select him. And the computer's pretty close. I don't want his shadow. That's fine. And now it's got his glasses. But if there were anything else that I needed it to grab, I would use these tools up here. These are Select Add. So right here, I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to go to Select and Mask. And the red part is showing me what the computer's going to throw away. And it's just going to keep him. So I am going to smooth the edges just a little bit. If it missed any parts of him, like let's say it missed part of his arm, I would go to one of these brushes up here with a plus and paint on it. And it would bring that in. Okay? When you open up your Select and Mask, you might find that you don't have a red view like I do. The view is right up here at the top. There's a bunch of different views. You can choose whichever one you like the best. Okay, so I'm going to go down now. I'm going to go down to the bottom, and it's possible this thing down here will be closed. It's called Output Settings. I'm going to click it down, click Decontaminate Colors. That helps the computer see the edges of your shape better. And you want to go Output New Layer with Layer Mask and hit OK. So now, if I look at my layers, I have one that's the regular picture, and if I turn that off, I have one that's just a cutout of him, and that's what I really want to keep. So to make him be just a paper cutout, I'm going to unclick the chain, drag this to the trash, and say Apply. And now my last step is I'm going to go down here to this box with a plus in it, and that's a new layer. And this is going to be called Background Color. This is I'm going to drag this under, and I'm going to pick like a light gray color to put in there, okay? Eventually that will change to a totally different color, but for right now, light gray is perfect. Okay. I go to the Paint Bucket tool and click Paint Bucket, and that's good. And so now what I have is this person on a plain background. I'm going to move him just a little bit forward because what I'm going to be doing is creating all this blur behind him. So I'm going to move him a little bit forward. Okay, so that's the first step.